Breaking news coming out, you guys. Take a look. This one actually coming out tomorrow, as it is already tomorrow in the Middle East, November the 2nd. This article says that B-52 bombers, missile destroyers. The U.S. announces new Middle East deployment. This coming out just in the past couple of hours, and it is confirmed not only from foreign news media outlets, but take a look. We're hearing the Pentagon bolsters U.S. presence in the Middle East with B-52 bombers and warships. They are on their way. Here's another one coming out. U.S. warns Iran with enhanced military assets, including B-52 bombers. They are on their way to the Middle East as things are escalating. And take a look at this, you guys. Immediate release. Statement from the Pentagon. Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder on the Middle East Force posture updates. Pentagon Press Secretary General Major Pat Ryder provides the following statement. In keeping with our commitment to the protection of U.S. citizens and forces in the Middle East, the defense of Israel, and the de-escalation through deterrence and diplomacy, the Secretary of Defense ordered the deployment of additional ballistic missile defense destroyers, fighter squadron and tank aircrafts, and several U.S. Air Force B-52 long-range strike bombers to the region. These forces will begin to arrive in coming months as the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group prepares to depart. We're hearing that this came out today, just a couple hours ago, November the 1st. You can see the date from the press release. And take a look at this, you guys. This is coming as we're hearing Iran's Ayatollah orders retaliatory attacks against Israel after the IDF strike deemed too big to ignore. We heard the U.S. warn, step away, de-escalate. If you strike back, there will be consequences. Iran saying that the attack was too big to ignore. There will be retaliations. Iran signals possible change in its nuclear doctrine coming out today as well, and says that it has the capacity to make nuclear weapons at this time. Iran also warns that it could seek nuclear weapons in the face of existential threat, saying that they are feeling like there's an existence threat to their nation, and as a result, they could seek out nuclear weapons to hit back against Israel and the United States. And take a look, I shared with you earlier today that Netanyahu signaled Tehran's nuclear program could be next target as Iran plans their future attacks, saying, listen, if you strike Israel, Netanyahu says that hitting nuclear facilities is back on the table. We are going to disregard the requests of the Biden administration and move forward with hitting what we see as a potential existential threat to Israel. And take a look at this article coming out as well, you guys. Netanyahu, stopping Iran's nuclear program is the supreme objective, saying that they need to eradicate the threat against the nation of Israel. So, like I said, these articles coming out just in the past couple of hours regarding the B-52 bomber deployment by the United States to the Middle East. We're hearing it is on its way. And there is a lot of movement going from the United States to the Middle East to address the conflict that is currently taking place, as we're hearing things are escalating, and Iran is talking a lot about nuclear weapons. And I shared this with you in previous videos. There is a lot going on right now in the world with discussions about nuclear bombs, nuclear warheads, nuclear technology. Things are escalating. We're hearing that right now. That North Korea this week did a successful test launch, went up in the air for 87 minutes, landed in the middle of the ocean between North Korea and Japan, and they said that this was confirmation. This was a successful test launch of their nuclear ballistic missile capabilities, their ICBMs, which would carry a nuclear warhead, that now Iran has the ability to send over a nuclear weapon to the United States and strike anywhere in the U.S. They said Washington, D.C., Florida, Maine, Texas, California. There is nothing off limits for the capabilities now of North Korea. In addition to that, we're hearing warnings coming out from Russia as things are intensifying between them and Ukraine. The United States saying if those North Korean troops fight against Ukraine. We're hearing that North Korean troops were sent to Russia. They're currently being trained there. The United States warned if you put them in the war situation and they attack Ukraine, they will return to North Korea in body bags, and we will lift the limits on Ukraine and allow them to use any weapons against Russia. Russia has said that if this happens, it will mean all-out war with the United States and NATO, and that World War III will not be subject to Europe alone. This is a direct threat to the United States from Russia. In addition to that, we also have China and Taiwan's conflict raging as well. So we have Israel, Iran, North Korea, South Korea, China, Taiwan, and Russia and Ukraine. And now we're hearing that just as of a couple of hours ago today, November the 1st, articles coming out on this tomorrow, November the 2nd, as it's already tomorrow in the other side of the world, as this just came out a couple of hours ago. They are saying that the B-52 bombers are on their way over to the Middle East. This is an update happening right now. So I'm going to share with you the latest information coming out on this. I already read for you the press release. We're going to dive into some more of the details as to what's unfolding with the conflict as it is developing. It is escalating, and we're hearing that nothing less than this should be expected as we approach elections, and things are intensifying. And we've heard from Israel that they are preparing, and so is Iran now, their finances, their budgets for long, drawn-out war. They're saying that this is nowhere near the end. This is just the beginning of the conflicts that we're anticipating to see happening in the Middle East. And we're hearing...
All right. And that's in us want to give our glory and our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of great news, son of the rule well. Peace and blessing going out to the Akim in the four corners of the earth, and who push and teach just word in sincerity and in truth. And I can clearly see that in the time of war, in the time of World War III, all right, one of the main prophecies, that we look forward for, that and the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, the C-hip. All right, so as you can clearly see, world prophecies, world events that's taking place. Hey, we can't wait. Can't wait to see these missiles fly off. All right, for we to see these chariots, to see our salvation when that time come. All right, and let's jump into the scriptures here in the book of Revelation. Book of Revelation chapter 11 verse 14. The second woe is past. Alright, which is World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Alright, as you see in the video that things is intensifying. Alright, things are moving rapidly. Alright, things are happening so quick. A lot of things are taking place. Alright, a lot of world events, a lot of natural disasters, floods, earthquakes, all these things are coming to pass, and as it does say the Lord, as the scripture says. Alright, there should be uproars, and this nation shall rise against nations. There shall be earthquakes in diverse places. Alright, storms, tempests, all these things, and we're seeing it. Alright, this is part of the signs as well. As you measure the time diligently, as you see these things happening, that salvation is nearer than before. Alright? Salvation is nearer than before. All these warheads and these ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Alright? Alright, going back to these ICBMs. Right. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13. I need to read from on top. I'll read from verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah son of Amos did see. They fear up a banner in the high mountain, and exalt a voice unto them that shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Right? There we see the prophets out there, teaching and giving that warning that this time World War III is at hand. Alright? I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones, my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of the multitude of mountains, like as of a great people, with tremulous noise. Right? There's those tremulous noise, which is those ICBMs. The kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the hosts of the battle. Now we see all these nations gathering together for war. Gathering with the allies, the troops, sending the tankers, the bombers, alright, the bomber aircrafts, all sort of things, sending in the troops to different countries. Alright? It says, holy, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It cometh as a destruction from the Almighty. So is the Lord that doing all these things. Alright? He's setting up the show. He's the muster. He mustered the host of the battle. Alright? He's the one that is the director. Alright? Of this whole show. Alright? Going back to the ICBM, it says, therefore shall all the hands of Therefore shall all the hands faint, and every man his heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pagans and arrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one to another. Their faces shall be as flames. Alright? On the time of those ICBM touch down, alright, they're gonna see. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh with cruel, both with fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners therefore out of it. Alright? That's the point here. Isaiah 13:5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and his weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. Alright? With those chariots, alright, as well. Those ICBM that these kings of the earth has in their possession. Weapons of mass destruction. Alright? Weapons of mass destruction. Alright? World War III is already begun, and it's just a matter of time for these missiles to start to fly. Alright? And the implementing of the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. Revelation 9 and 12, Salakia. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more thereafter. So we had World War I, we had World War II. Alright? The last one is World War III. They said two more. Alright? It says two more. Not they say, but it says two more. Alright? So World War III must come to pass. No one can stop that. No one can turn it back. Alright? Thus say the Lord. That the Lord prophesied. Had to take. This have to come to pass. Alright? Ezekiel 36 and 35. Alright? It says, and they shall say, this land that was desolate is become like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and the desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. Then the heathen that are left around about, you shall know that I am the Lord, build renewed places and plant that was desolate. I, the Lord, have spoken it, and I will do it. Well, which is America, aka Babylon, will be destroyed, right, by thermonuclear destruction. Alright? So this is what's taking place. Alright? And still to keep updated on what is taking place, and be in the watchman at the house of Israel. Alright? And hey, World War III, is about to get all cranked up. Alright? All cranked up. Just about a matter of time. And with that, just to give our glory and our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakadash, the world and see the apostles of great millstone, and do it well. Peace and blessing, to the Yakim and the four corners of the earth, and we push and teach this word in sincerity and in truth. Brother Rab, signing out until next time. Shalom.